besties. Welcome back to the Girls That Get It podcast with your favorite hosts, Ken and Han. We're back with part 3, long-awaited part 3 of the New York Times 36 Questions That Lead to Love. If you haven't seen part 1 and 2, go watch those and come back to this. Or watch this first. I don't really know. I don't care how you do it, but watch them all because they're all great, and this one's going to be no different. So, I guess that's all the intro
That's really all you need.
that we need.
That's that on that.
So, wow, I haven't heard that in a long time.
I thought I'd bring it back. I don't think that's an exclusively me thing, is it?
No, I don't think so. I just forgot that was like a saying that ever existed, but I don't really know where it started. Probably the internet somewhere.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know. But okay. We are on part 3 and we have I think 12 questions, 11 questions, 12. Let's
12
see.
sounds right.
12, yeah.
Because there's 36, yeah.
Yep. Question 1, or I think 25, but 1 for part 3.
Okay.
Make 3 true we statements. For instance, we are both in this room feeling blank. I don't like this one. I don't like this one.
I don't know if I'm in the mood today for all this.
I'm not either, low-key, but I feel like I never am.
We are smart. We are fabulous. We are funny.
Yes.
Okay?
That's honestly perfect.
Because I don't. We're just that bitch.
Also, it's kind of hard, I feel like, because we're filming these 3 parts at 3 separate times.
Yeah.
Like the momentum from the first and the second set of questions.
They were there.
It's not there right now because we haven't been doing, like, we didn't just answer 20 questions leading up to this.
You know what we are?
What are we?
The motherfucking reels.
Oh. Yeah. That's the fucking reels. That's 3 statements, 3 words, but
exactly.
That counts. I'll take that answer because I'm really.
No notes. Yeah, no notes.
There's no need to overcomplicate it.
Yeah, I don't think the listeners would gain anything by sharing that. I don't think we're gaining anything by sharing that. I think that's a whack question.
Exactly. And I think that a couple other ones in this set are whack, and I know I'm not supposed to look at them.
But sometimes I just like that.
Okay?
We're really setting the tone to be negative.
No, it's fine. It'll be good. It'll turn around. Okay.
I just realized every light in my apartment is off except my ring light, so it might look like I'm in a cave, but I promise I'm
You're not. Every light in my apartment is on, including my ring light.
Okay.
It's real bright.
What's it called? Yin and yang? Is that?
Yin and yang, yeah.
Darkness and light.
Oh, I need your help deciding if this mirror is too big. That's a side note. I mean too small. I think it's too small, but we'll see.
Okay. I'm good with that.
Okay, complete this sentence.
My patience is very thin.
I wish I had someone with whom I could share blank.
Oh, damn. I mean, does anything come to mind for you?
The first thing that I thought of was like around friendship, and not necessarily meaning not you. I mean someone like physically present, since we don't live like. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like that. Well, I guess Kayla. Me and Kayla have been. Do you know Kayla? I went to. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you know her.
I
went to undergrad with her, and we've been going to the gym together once a week, which has been nice to like have something to look forward to. But I think my like first thing I thought of was just like wishing I had some like group of people or someone like here that was like my people that I like, I don't know, did a weekly thing with or did this with. And
I get that.
Not in the sense of like having people to talk to, more so like having people to do stuff with
here,
which I guess again I do see Kayla pretty much once a week, which is nice, so no shade to her,
but you want more friends.
But that was the first thing that came to my mind. But as far as filling in the blank, I wish I had someone with whom I could share, I don't know, camaraderie.
Camaraderie. No.
Okay, Sabrina.
I didn't want to say the part to be inappropriate.
What would you say?
I definitely relate to that. Part of me is okay alone, but something I felt definitely probably the last 2 years, I've got great people in my life, and of course I'm similar to you where like I'm still finding my people here. I've really gotten comfortable and happy with the people at work. Like sometimes I just stay and like chit chat with people because it's fun.
Yeah.
And it gives me something else to do for longer. But
I wish I felt the same about my job.
I know, and I think that's part of why I get so caught up in certain changes that we were just
Yeah.
talking about.
Yeah.
But sometimes when I have like my biggest moments in life, it's just me.
Mhm.
And in a way, that's why I'm having those moments because I don't think most people in a relationship right now are like at the peak of their careers.
Mhm.
And obviously, I hope there's a lot more peaks for me to get to, but you just can't lean in the same way when you're putting energy into something
Yeah.
else. And that's not a wrong or a right. It's kind of what we talked about last time of like, it's just where one's
It's just
at and
how it
what's
is.
important to them.
Yeah.
And I think that's the saddest part of being successful is like, damn, you did all that to get here and now it's just on to the next. It's not really
Mm.
like a it's an internal celebration moment, which I'm thankful I've been able to learn that for myself and not just be like, celebrate me. You know, it's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
what do I want to commemorate that milestone with? And I think I've done that always to an extent of like, I think of some of my pieces from New York or just things of like,
Mhm.
this commemorates this. But I do, I feel like I've done bigger things than I've ever imagined. And like, sure, people are happy for me and I tell them and we'll like go to dinner, but it's like,
It's not it's different.
who can I just like scream from the mountaintops of like, "Oh my god, I can't believe I did this." And
Yeah.
it's one of those things too, I find myself talking less and less about the moves I'm making because I think about me in New York a lot of I was almost too boisterous about like my life and now I'm like I don't want to say anything
Yeah.
um because it's, people don't get it. It feels braggadocious, it feels disconnected,
Mhm.
or people will be like you shouldn't care about that and I don't want that opinion either. So,
Yeah, well,
maybe just someone to like share the success with. There's a line from a Taylor Swift documentary and she like just won Grammy for album of the year for the second time or no, third time
mhm.
for 1989 and she goes, "Well, that's all I wanted." And I looked around and there was no one to share it with.
Oh.
And I remember when I got my first promotion, I was like, "Yeah, I can relate to that."
Yeah. I feel like a lot of people have seasons where they go through that and it's like some really exciting thing happens and then it's like woo and then it's like wait and then you look around and it's like well who am I supposed to like celebrate with and obviously like you said you have friends and family and whatever but it's a different kind of celebration I guess.
Yeah. I told you yesterday how my mom called me
Mhm.
and something she was telling me was she's obviously so proud of me and my brother, but
Mhm.
she feels like she can't tell people about it because not everyone's, especially as a parent, child is there. And
Yeah.
something she's got critiqued for in the past is like having somewhat like high performing kids of like,
Mm.
you know, and granted, I think we turned out very traditional in that sense. Like, sure, we're doing unique careers, but like we very much followed a path that they wanted us to.
Yeah.
And it feels understandable where to me I don't even define success by like the money I make or the projects I work on. It's more like accomplishing things.
Yeah.
So and I feel bad for her too because in a way like we've been her life's project and she can't
Mm.
even like
Brag about it.
friends that are like happy for in a way her accomplishments.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just took up a lot of time. So
You're
hopefully
good.
that
Sometimes tangents happen, but that makes sense. That's a good answer.
yeah.
Okay. Wait. Oh, bestie, I can't. These questions suck. So, in this scenario, you and I are partners because we're answering these questions together, okay?
Okay.
If you were going to become a close friend with your partner, please share what would be important for them to know.
Well, didn't we also answer 5 times previously what makes a good friend? Like in the other
Yeah.
parts?
Yes. And also, we're already close friends, so I feel like this is hard to answer.
I feel like this would be like low key our red flags,
Oh,
you
like
know?
what should you know before you get in the deep
Yeah,
end
get into
here?
deep. Mhm.
I don't
Probably that
um that you're what?
I was thinking if there's anything else I want to add on before I say this
Before
one.
you just go full-fledged.
Yeah.
Full
Full into it.
or should never mind that. I
Yeah,
don't like that idea.
you can say.
No, I was gonna say, should we do it for each other?
Right, yeah, right. I was gonna say
yeah.
you can say it about me. I was gonna say that I'm stubborn.
I was gonna say that about me.
Well, I think we both are in somewhat different ways.
We are in different ways. And also like some typical answers that I would have given for us in the past aren't the same anymore.
It's not the same.
What should
That's called growth.
You know, that I'm a badass bitch. No, I'm just kidding.
You ain't wrong.
I don't know. That's
what
hard.
if we did that the whole time? Just made a joke of the whole third part.
That would be.
And maybe that's why I'm not in love.
I keep messing with my hair, which I hate, but it's just pissing me off.
Bestie, ain't no
so
thing.
Are we going on to the next question?
You didn't share anything about you.
I said stubborn. Well, I said that's what I was gonna say after you said it.
We can both be stubborn.
I mean,
yeah, maybe that's really it. We're perfect.
I don't know. We're just the girls that get it.
Exactly.
Okay, next question. Let's really
Everyone
hope
clicks off.
No, literally. If I was watching this, no, I wouldn't.
We're done.
I would not watch. I would not continue. So if you've gotten this far, comment below.
No, leave
comment the penguin emoji.
Yeah. That's what. Yeah, I like the penguin.
Okay. Oh my fucking god! I swear. Sorry, that was not nice language. But
yeah, take a
the next question.
Language.
Tell your partner. Okay. What you like about them. Be very honest this time.
Nothing.
Saying things that you might not say to someone you've just met.
Just kidding.
Well, we didn't just meet, so.
Is there another version of the last questions? Because I don't remember this. I
kind of do remember this now that I'm going through it, and
not into it.
It's not giving. That's what I'm saying. Like I was reading through these, and it's just not giving, babes. Tell your partner.
You're fabulous. Should we do the rest of this in a British accent?
We should.
Hold on, let me.
Except I think we already answered what we like about each other in the first parts. So
I think so too.
I don't know. Go watch part 1 and 2 to find the answer.
Go like and subscribe.
Next question. Share with your partner. How do you say partner? Share with your partner an embarrassing moment in your life. Embarrassing.
I feel like I just had one the other day, and it slipped my mind.
An embarrassing moment.
Come on, share with the class.
I don't know if I can say this out loud.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
Okay, no. Oh! Sorry, I just broke your eardrums.
The flip flop.
No, I'm trying to do it in British accent. I just remembered, and I've told this story before, but now I'm like Scottish. When I drunk Snapchatted my ex best friend and she left me on open, that was very embarrassing.
Remind me what she said again.
I don't even know what I said. I think I just said like, "Hey,
miss you."
Yeah, something like that. And then she said, "Skirt, leaving you on red."
Yeah,
it was embarrassing. Honestly, that was low key worse than getting like left on red by an ex or something.
Yeah.
It was really bad. But yeah. What would you say?
No.
Also, never mind. Continue.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, like, these accents are so bad.
They're the worst we ever done. We're out of practice, to be honest.
Yeah.
We used to really, on the drop of a dime, be able to do this, and now we just can't.
It's just not the same, and I don't know. I'm like switching back and forth between different types of accents, and I don't even know. Okay,
how come we used to do this so good?
What's an embarrassing moment in your life?
Oh,
I know one for you. You're gonna deny this until the day you die, but when we were playing Beer Olympics.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Shit.
That I really ate shit. Really
I have that
bad.
image in my head still to this day, and I wish
the greatest gift from God is that no one recorded it.
I wish every day that I had that on camera.
Yeah, that was a true godsend right there.
You know how British people like Millie Bobby Brown speak in American accents, like in their on their TV shows and stuff?
Yeah.
Do American people ever speak in British
Oh my
accents
gosh, of course.
on TV shows?
Of course. Absolutely.
Now, how do they make it sound good? Because
They do a lot of practice.
yeah, they do. They do. I
Not more
bet.
than us.
Do you have an embarrassing moment, or do you just want to opt out?
I guess I opt out because I can't think of
That can
one.
be your moment when you ate shit at Beer Olympics.
Yeah, that'll be my moment. I just told one the other day at work and I cannot remember it for the life of me. So
Hmm.
it was better than beer Olympics, so
Oh,
but
really?
we'll keep it at that.
Okay. Next question. When did you last cry in front of another person? And then when did you last cry by yourself?
Damn. I think it's been a while.
I can think of when I last cried in front of another person before I can think about when I last cried by myself.
I actually don't think it was quite as long ago. I definitely cry. Sorry. I definitely cry a lot less now than I did probably two,
Before.
3 years ago.
Yeah.
I probably could count on one hand how many times I've cried since I've lived alone.
Hmm.
Maybe two hands.
Lived
That
alone as in altogether, or
yeah,
so like including Denver?
including Denver. Maybe less than 10 times.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I've just been I solved a lot of problems.
Yeah.
And I just think when you're alone, you get since it's just you to calm yourself down, you get better at processing your emotions. Like even tonight, I was just a little upset before we started recording,
Mm-hmm.
and like I could have cried, but I
Yeah.
just like sat here and kind of mentally talked to myself and worked through it.
Yeah.
Um, I do think I cried once by myself since moving here, just because like it was a lot to go through and it didn't really hit me until a couple months after.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was in January, to be honest.
So that was like a couple months
A
ago.
couple months ago. And then the last time I cried in front of someone else,
It's got to been ages.
yeah,
I just wanted to say um
I think it was probably I got frustrated with some coworkers that are also my mates
your mates.
back in Denver, and I just like kind of got emotional
Yeah.
and was like, "Listen, you're making me feel like shit."
That will happen sometimes.
Yeah, and I mean, they had a lot of reasoning behind what they were doing. I just don't. I think it
Right.
could have been delivered a little bit better.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I hear ya.
So that was probably the last time. Yeah. What about you, mate?
Okay.
I'm sounding Australian.
The last time that I cried
Is this awful?
was
Should we cut this out?
is what awful?
You know.
The British accent or this episode?
No, the British accent.
Oh, it's probably awful. We can stop.
I really like it, but we're worse than we used to be.
I know it's embarrassing.
It's so bad.
Um Okay, the last time I cried was probably also I was almost laughing when you were talking like the last when you were just now talking because it was like so serious and you were like, "Yeah, I think the last time I cried was," and I just wanted to laugh, but I didn't.
The rain in Spain. I don't know what the rest of
Um,
the thing is.
last time I cried, uh, hmm. the last time I cried in front of somebody was definitely to John, but I don't remember what about.
Hmm.
I can't remember if it was about work and like how I hated my life or
Oh,
if it was
nasty.
about um I don't remember. It was in front of him though, and it was probably like this year in the in the last month or two. I don't know exactly. And then by myself was also probably about work, but that was like longer ago. That would have been like the end of last year, like November maybe. Have I not cried by myself since then? I did cry in the middle of the night one night because my back hurt so bad, and that was recent, maybe like a month ago. But
About what? Do you not want to talk about it?
Oh no, I woke up in the middle of the night and my back hurt so bad I couldn't sleep.
Oh, that's always sad.
So I started crying because I was just like, fuck my life. This is awful.
Yeah.
I was one, pissed that I couldn't go back to sleep because I was exhausted, and I too was in pain. So I was just like, this is not it. But yeah, I think that's all I got.
Okay.
This next question is ridiculous.
I'm over it.
No, literally, I told you. The next question is, tell your partner something that you like about them already. That's the same exact thing as 4 questions ago when they said, tell your partner what you like about them. Be very honest this time, saying things you might not say to someone you've just met. I'm not kidding.
I hope my face looks like when someone asked Ariana Grande if she got a BBL.
Yeah.
You know?
Yes. That's ridiculous. Okay.
Do they get better towards the end? Are there some good home hitters?
There's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 left.
Okay, let's knock this shit out.
So
Shortest episode ever.
No, literally. I mean, a couple of these are okay. The rest are not repeats. At least the rest don't ask about.
Okay. Thank God.
About what we
That's
like
all I ask.
Okay.
Why name it 36 if you ask the same question 4 times?
I don't know.
Cut the BS.
Okay, what if anything is too serious to be joked about?
Nothing. I'm such a bitch. I think there's a time and a place.
That's bad.
Like, obviously, like, there's things
I mean,
that you shouldn't do it so soon, but like, I'll cut a joke.
Yeah, I think a time and a place applies to most things I can think of, but I mean, like, things like I would never joke about, but that's like intense.
I'm like, gonna say death because that's the only thing I can like think of.
Yeah, I was gonna say like people dying or like
world tragedies.
Yeah, like children suffering from whatever, or like some like really bad stuff like that.
Some heavy topics like historical things, or it's gotta fall into that tragedy categories. But at the same time, like maybe I'm just a little fucked up and that's okay. But like at a comedy show, I'm typically laughing at the fucked up shit because
like
that's what makes it funny.
Yeah. I think it's when it's like personal is when it's like less okay to joke about. Like if I don't know, like somebody you knew had a family member who like attempted suicide or something.
Right.
That would be like where the line is drawn, I feel like.
That's
whereas I'm sure comedians, they joke, I'm sure they have in their sets like, oh, I'm gonna kill myself. And like whatever. That's more so lighthearted.
Or they say like, if you XYZ, you should.
Right. But
because I think for me, I actually find, of course, the time and the place important, but like it's more if you do it to excess. Like if someone continuously
that's all they say,
just makes one joke about me, it will start to piss me off. It's like, get a new line.
True.
Humor is evolving. It's not, you can't just run one good comeback.
Yeah,
over and over.
Agreed. Okay, good stuff. If you were to die this evening with no opportunity to communicate with anybody, what would you most regret not having told someone, and why haven't you told them yet?
I don't know.
I would
be good.
I was just gonna say something about like telling somebody at work something, but I can't say that. Like, F you, Charlie. There's no Charlie at my work, by the way.
Right. Allegedly.
But like, I'm just saying if there was.
Yeah.
No, I don't have beef with anyone at work, but sometimes people at work just do stuff and I'm just like, you son of a gun. Like, you really think
of my crush.
Oh.
Maybe that's what I do. No.
Other than that, though, like, I don't think there's anybody, like, personally in my life who I would maybe, like, if I knew I was going to die this evening without having the chance to talk to anybody, I would maybe, like, reemphasize to my parents the fact that, like, I'm grateful for everything they've done for me.
Yeah.
But
if you could call one person as, like, your last call, who would you call? I know.
I can't pick between my parents, so I'd have to choose my brother.
That's what I was kind of thinking.
Because they can't be mad at me for that.
Right. They would be like, oh, that's sweet. They had their, like, moment, you know?
Yeah.
That's where I was kind of thinking. Colton
That
probably wouldn't
makes
answer.
that makes you
He'd be
get
like,
one chance, and if he
yeah.
doesn't answer,
Well,
you're
that's why I
done.
like to answer, at least be like, "Can I call you back?" Because you just never
Right, because you never know.
know.
It could be something crazy like that.
Yeah, especially like when it's not someone like you're probably the person I call the most frequently. And it's not even as much as we once did, but like
Right.
if someone ever from my family called me, I'd be like, "Yeah, I just want to see if everything's okay. Can I call you back?"
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
So, yeah.
We're really getting down to the end here.
Thank God.
Your house containing everything you own catches fire.
Oh,
After saving your loved ones and pets, you have time to safely make one final dash to save any one item.
one item.
What would it be? Why?
Mm, tough.
One item is unfortunate because, oh, I was going to say pictures, but I don't really have pictures printed out besides like Polaroids.
Mm-hmm.
And what am I going to do? Just pick one Polaroid? I guess I could grab the like, I have some hanging on my fridge and then I have some in like a little photo album.
Yeah.
I guess I could grab that, but I don't know if that's what I would pick.
I've got a memory box and I was gonna say that because I've got some things in there, but like I really hate to say this, it might be my phone because that's where everything's at. That's where all my
Yeah.
photos are.
Yeah.
But if I didn't do phone, let me think what it would be.
I think I would do most of my like if we're talking about my house as in where I'm living and sitting right now,
Yeah.
I don't really have much thing of value in here like sentimental value. Most of my like sentimental stuff is like stored away in my parents' house.
See,
Like
everything, I'd say 90% of anything that's mine or has value is with me.
yeah. I don't have like
And
any baby like my baby blanket or anything like that. Like all that stuff is in my dad's attic or in my mom's storage unit.
but all of those are digitized for me.
But yeah, I don't
Um,
know. I mean, I'd grab my computer. No, computer can be replaced.
I know, I was thinking phone just because the memories on it.
I would grab my diploma that's on the wall.
Mm.
I don't know though, like I
You
don't
keep your diploma on the wall?
well, it's
Oh, it's
on
up
my
there.
shelf.
Got it.
It's like in the case cuz I didn't know where else to put it.
Yeah.
But it's not like out you can't see like my degree necessarily. It's just in the case. But yeah, I
Trying
would
to
maybe
think.
pick my phone, but I kind of hate that answer. So maybe I'd pick my stuffed animal that I sleep with every night.
Yeah, that's very you, actually. I think for me, it'd be a piece of jewelry that I'm not wearing.
Oh, I didn't even think of jewelry.
I've got a couple of my
I'd pick my
grandma's
Aura
stuff.
ring, but I'm always
Well,
wearing that. So
I'd pick one that maybe you aren't. I've got more like family stuff that I'd want in a
yeah,
jewelry piece.
I'd pick my class ring. Maybe I don't care about my
Mm.
class ring that much though, low key. Oh, maybe I would pick my grandma's ring that I normally wear it
Yeah,
every day, but I took it. I don't wear it when I like go to the gym and shower, which so it's already like off my hands for the night. But I do wear this ring that was my grandma's every day.
yeah,
But I don't know. One of those items.
yeah. I think that. I'd assume my phone would be on me because,
Right, like either in your purse or like just like
yeah.
there. Okay. Two more. The last one actually blows, and the second to last one is
That really sucks.
okay. So I don't know. Okay. Second to last question. Of all the people in your family, whose death would you find most disturbing?
Oh my God.
And why? Well, it depends.
I
Like,
mean, all of them
yeah.
for different
If
reasons.
they if they're asking like if somebody died tomorrow in my family, whose would be most disturbing, I'd probably say my brother because he's like young and stuff. And I feel like when young people die, it's always more disturbing. Not that
For
it
sure.
wouldn't be disturbing if my parents died tomorrow because it actually would crush me.
Yeah.
But and I mean my brother's 30, so he's not like a child, but still I feel like even when a
Yeah,
30-year-old dies, it's just like, damn, that's really fucked up. But
for sure.
I don't I don't really know how else to answer that because I think like you said, I mean they all would equally be
Yeah.
highly disturbing.
I think mine would also be my brother for a similar reason. And like, not that we're extra close because we're twins or anything, but I think it would just
Just be
feel
hit harder.
magnified.
Yeah.
Did I tell you how the other day I had a dream that my dad died?
No.
It was a while ago, but it was one of those, like, I actually woke up and was like, I have to call him because,
Make sure he's
yeah.
good.
And it was one of the scariest feelings. It, like, really put in perspective to me of, like, oh my God, like, one day he's just not going to be there.
I know.
And that
It's
really, like, sucked. So it's not that
that topic scares me. Like around my parents.
Yeah, and I kind of obviously I dread the day when either of them, anyone in my family dies, because it's just like, how do you cope with that dynamic? And I immediately go into, I've got to, like, hold this shit to fucking together.
Yeah.
I never think like, oh my God, I'm so distraught. It's like, my poor mom or poor dad will be like a mess.
That's how I'm worried when my parents die. Sam is not.
Yeah.
He's going to be. I'm not saying I won't be severely traumatized and upset, but like knowing how Sam is, especially when people die, I mean, he takes that shit hard. I feel the same way. Like it's not going to be good.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, no. But anyway, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, I mean, it's just, God forbid too, it's like, not that it's easier when you see it coming, but like, I hope it's when they're old and they have health complications rather than,
and
like,
it's like they're ready to go, kind of, and it's not a big surprise out of nowhere.
Yeah, because I think that has been the hardest grasp of living away from home.
Yeah.
Is like, I'm going to get a call at some point and then just have to get on a plane.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's also a tough place to be. Like, sure, it's tough to drive over to someone's house, but like, I don't want to pack a bag. I don't want to go through security. I don't want to be
I know, that's terrible.
1,000 feet up in the air.
I know. And it's all, you always like, you never think about this when you're the one, like when you're just flying for a vacation or whatever, but like, you're going through security and people are just like, hey, how are you? Da 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 da, whatever. Maybe not through security because they're like, take your laptops out the bag, electronics, take your shoes off. But just like, you never know, somebody's probably standing behind you who's going home to go to a funeral.
Right.
And it's just like so sad to think about. But yeah. Death is not. I mean, we know how I feel about death. It scares me for myself, but also for other people.
Yeah.
Okay, last question. I just don't even know. Share a personal problem. Do I need to say more? And ask your partner's advice on how they might handle it. Also, ask your partner to reflect back to you how you seem to be feeling about the problem you have chosen.
I'm sorry, what?
What is that?
Run that back.
I guess they want us to share a problem and ask for advice, and then like I would say, Kenna, I'm having a personal problem where my best friend has ghosted me. And then I would be like, what's your advice? And then you would say, yeah, well, you should probably drop her because like she sounds fake. And I'd be like, yeah, you're right. And then you'd be like, and then the second part of the question is, you would say, based on what you just said, I think that it upsets you that your friend ghosted you. And then,
what is this, therapy?
Yeah, literally. And then that's it. So
well, tell me about a problem you've been having, ma'am.
My best friend ghosted me. No, I'm kidding.
Girl, you've been having that one.
Just kidding.
My problem is I can't remember what I said that one time. That was so
oh my
funny.
Gosh, no, literally. My only problem I have is about my job, on a real note. But like,
no, let's unpack. Come on.
The problem is, here's the problem, and I'm not gonna say too much because like,
fans be listening.
I just don't know. But
to say space, bestie.
When I first started, I was like, fuck this job. This job sucks. So, and I was like, this is terrible. I need to quit tomorrow. And then I was like, no, don't be a pussy. Like, just stick it out a little bit. Like, you're fine. You need money. Relax. Then I got to a point where I like cried in front of my manager, or not my manager, my boss, the man who owns the company.
Oh, I think you told me about this.
And he was actually very kind. So that was good. And he was like, okay, we don't need you crying at work. So let's change things around so that you're not miserable. And I was like, thank you, sir. God bless America. Because he easily could have said, there's the door. Goodbye.
And
Anyway,
today will be your last day.
imagine I would have bawled my eyes out.
They'd have to give you a severance package or something.
Yeah, they would have if they did that for sure.
They probably don't want to do that.
And then so that happened, and then now I'm at the point where it's gotten better because I'm doing stuff that's like, before I was doing a bunch of bullshit. I was doing like coding, this, that, the other stuff I didn't know how to do, and I was stressed out. Now I'm doing stuff that I understand how to do. Like, it's fine. I go into work, I know what I'm doing. I'm not like stressed out because my day's about to be full of stuff that I don't know. Like, it's good, great, it's fine. But my problem is when I'm at work. When I'm at work and I'm having like a bad day, I'm like, I need a new job. Like, I'm going on LinkedIn tonight. And then when I get out of work, I think to myself, it actually wasn't that bad.
Oh my gosh.
And so I feel like I'm in a constant like
cycle
of where when I'm at work, I'm like, ugh. But then on the weekend when I'm not, and I think back on my week, I'm like, it really wasn't that bad. Like, grow up. So then I'm like, am I just being like, I don't know.
She just doesn't like working.
Am I just being dramatic? Or what's the problem here? And therefore, I'm not taking any initiative to look for other jobs because, one, I just feel like I need to be here longer. Two, it's not like bad to the point where I like want to cry after work every day.
Right.
Like I was my first month.
Right.
But I'm like,
because remind me how many months you're fully in now? You probably started in like September.
Yeah, so 6.
Okay. Yeah, you're half a year.
6 months. So like now I'm at the point where I'm like, obviously it's no way to live to just stay in a job that's mediocre.
Right.
But at the same time, it's my first job. It's only been 6 months. Like, calm down.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So
I don't know. I guess.
Am I supposed to give you advice now?
If you want, yeah.
So how this? Well, starting point. I think it would make sense to stick it out close to a year.
That's what I think.
Just for the resume.
Exactly.
That's number 1. Number 2, I think you should list right now your top 3 things you're looking for in a better job. And then I have a comment after this, depending on what you say.
Oh, you want me to say right now?
Yeah.
3 things that I'm looking for in a better job.
Yeah, like what
3 things am I missing that I want?
Well, I wouldn't phrase it that way. When you're going on LinkedIn to look for these jobs, what are 3 non-negotiables for you?
Okay.
Because to be honest, I would say across any industry, job descriptions do not match the role.
Exactly. I was going to say it's sometimes very misleading.
Yeah.
Okay, well, 3 non-negotiables for me are, number 1. See, and when I say non-negotiable, I'm about to say like, but 3 like 90% non-negotiables. There might be a 10% room for negotiable.
Okay.
Is I want to work Monday through Friday. Like I don't want to work on a weekend. Unless, see, that's what I'm saying. It's like, unless I'm getting paid awesome, and like, unless there were other things to weigh out the one con, you know what I'm saying? But I'll just stick to, I want a Monday through Friday schedule. Everybody wants to get paid well. So what does that even mean? I want to get paid at least what I'm making at this job.
Yeah.
Or more. I'm not going backwards.
I think that's fair.
That's pretty obvious.
Right.
And then the last one, I guess I want it to be around something that interests me in the sense of like, not that I would do it in my personal time, because I don't want to like start working a job that I then do in my personal time, but like I want it to be something enjoyable that I like have an interest in, and not just something that I do to pay my bills.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I mean, everybody wants those things. Everybody wants to get paid well. Everybody wants to enjoy what they do. Everybody wants to like be fulfilled in their work. So I feel like those are kind of obvious.
Yeah. I think that's obvious. I think there's all 3 good things. I would say most people you probably ask that question to, they're going to say something around the lines of course, and I don't think a lot of people think about a schedule, to be honest. Like, of course, it's a huge factor.
Yeah.
But what I would now my question for you follow up would be, you only get two of those
Then I would pick the
because it's
second.
very rare you get, and that this is how I talk to people like at my job that are unhappy. They're like,
Yeah.
well, it's just this. And I'm like, well, there's always going to be just something.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, like where most of us are at in our careers very early on, you don't get it all. And even when you're at the top, you don't give it all. Like it's
Mm-hmm.
just unfortunately impossible. And even today, as I was complaining about my schedule and things, that's my one thing. Everything
Yeah.
else is fabulous. And it could be worse. And I do have in my head when it gets to a certain point, that's my final point. I'm walking out
Mm-hmm.
the door.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not anywhere near that. But that's what I challenge you to think. I tell people it's a job, not an fun.
Yeah.
You're here to work, not have fun. And it's great when it's fun. And for me, I would rather have the compensation and the joy of something I love than the schedule. Where
Mm-hmm.
for you, it sounds like potentially schedule and money might outweigh what you enjoy.
At this point, that's where I'm at now.
Yeah. And
But
that's what
I
you're doing, which
I
makes
would
sense.
rather it. I would rather it be. I'd rather have
Yes.
the last one, enjoy, and
Enjoy what you
then
do. You gotta decide what you take.
I guess money. But also something else I just thought of. I'm gonna add a fourth thing. I
Okay.
work with mainly men. There's one other female in my office. One.
Yeah, that'll do it.
And that sucks
That'll
because
do it.
I'm not saying the guys in my office aren't super cool and nice, because they all are. Like, none of them are assholes. They're all really nice. Half of them have children. Half of them are our age. And so it's honestly fine. But, like, I'm not friends with anybody at work outside of work. Like, we're not doing anything. One, because
Yeah.
they're all dudes. And two, because the one girl who does work there, I think she's 2 years younger than me, which, like, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that.
Damn, she's young.
But we just
Well, I guess that's fresh out of school.
we just aren't like,
Yeah, I get
yeah,
that.
we just aren't. Or maybe she's not 2 years younger than me. She might be this. She might only be a year younger than me.
It's not dead. Well,
No, she has to be 23. There's no way she's not. Anyway, we just aren't. She's great, but we're just
yeah,
not. I just never got the vibe from the beginning of me working there that, like, anybody in the office is friends outside of work. It's just
yeah,
not. They just aren't like that. And so
I
I'm not
get
saying
that.
I need to be best friends with everybody at work, or that I want to work somewhere where, like, they're involved in my work life and my personal life. But it would be nice to just, like, start out and be able to meet people by, like,
Yeah,
making friends at work. So I would like to work with more females, because right
yeah,
now
that's fair.
it's two of us out of, and granted, there's only, when the office is full of everybody who works there, it's probably 15 people, but, like, two out of
Right.
15 is not a lot.
Well, maybe that's another thing. Maybe you'd prefer to work for a larger corporation in the future
Yeah,
because then you just get more
potentially.
people. Because I mean, I did several internships in college, and those small teams, it gets real irritable real fast.
Yeah.
There's a conflict. You can't really just go like resolve it.
Disappear. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
even my team with 30, there's people I actively avoid because you will piss me off. Your presence will piss me off.
Yeah. Yeah.
And there's not,
So,
thankfully, there's not too many, but that's kind of would be my advice to you is just remember right now, and probably even ever, nothing is perfect.
yeah.
And I think it's good you're thinking critically because I have found for myself and most people that are unhappy, it's actually worth to give up either part of the schedule or part of the money or maybe part of both, like a
Mhm.
compromise to be happy just because what I'm realizing as I get older, and granted, I work a lot, but you work a lot of your life. Like, it's not just going to magically stop. And if you can get in and get a good groove in an industry or a business or a company, like, I think that's priceless at the end of the day because how much time will it save us on the back end?
Yeah, exactly.
And, like, I mean, you've seen it from me, and I've probably done the most extreme version of it, or one of the most. I'm sure there's people that do more of like, I'm kind of giving some of that up now to have it one day.
Yeah, exactly.
And every time I complain about something or I'm like, oh, this is stupid, I think I don't have a husband, I don't have kids, I'm not missing out on anything.
Yeah.
And the time that I do, that's when I really start to lay my foot down. If I put in this time, I put in this work, or hey, I want to move because this would make me and my partner happy. This would make me,
Mhm.
my family happy. But and I was telling a coworker recently, like, we see our parents at their peak.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
don't see the come up.
We don't see
So,
them here.
right, we don't see them at this point. And I think what you're going through, I would say most people, like everyone's going through it in their own version, and
Yeah.
you're not alone in that sense, which I think you should find comfort in because
Mm-hmm.
it definitely sucks. And I don't mean to belittle it in any way. Like, but I would just continue to say to talk to other people too to get their perspective.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
That's
mean,
really good advice.
thank you. I think the goal would be too to find somewhere you could see a future too, because
Mm-hmm.
how many people do we know that somewhat still job hop at like an age? For me, I'd want to be somewhat settled
Stable or yeah,
and
yeah,
stable.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
For sure.
yeah.
Well,
And
that
who
was
knows? What if
good.
you find a diamond in a rough that you get all three of your things?
That would be, yeah, that would be nice.
Which, like for me, the past month has been.
Yeah,
And then I
yeah.
got the rug pulled from underneath me. But
They said,
in
don't get
another
too
month, it
comfortable,
could be
sweetheart.
back. That's
Yeah,
exactly what
exactly.
they said. They said, don't get too big for your britches.
Exactly.
And last thing I'll say, and then I'll shut the fuck up. Nothing is permanent. That's what I tell myself with
Exactly.
this change. It will change again.
Mm-hmm.
And it
Yeah.
will change again. Don't get too comfortable, sweetheart.
No, it's true. This is just a blip in time, so it's not anything to lose sleep over. But yeah, everything you said, I second, and yeah, that was a good way to
Yeah,
end
yeah.
this pod.
Yeah. Is that it?
Yeah, unless you got any personal problems. But that's
I
that's
do.
all the questions.
I just thought of one, but we don't have to talk about it if we don't want to.
What is it? I'm scared.
It's not bad. It's more sad.
Oh,
But you're really good at it. I kind of talked about
good
it
at
last time.
what?
You are very good at like being accountable for yourself. And
Yeah.
for me,
Or are you gonna say
I'm
what I? Go ahead.
what do you think I'm gonna say?
No, I don't know. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm a lot better at being accountable for other people because I'm okay to let myself down. So I'd like
Hmm.
to be better at that, but the main one being my consistency in my health journey.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what you thought I was gonna say?
Yeah. Only
Okay.
reason I was gonna say that, not because I'm firing shots at you, was because we were just talking on the phone the other day when I was driving, and you were like, "If I don't start tomorrow, it's gonna be
Yeah.
too late for like that one thing."
Yeah.
But that's the only reason why I was gonna say that. But
Yeah, and I'm not as bad as I probably make myself out to be. I'm obviously hard on myself,
yeah,
but it's just like there's always a reason not to. And I know I've done enough research, enough looking to know that no one's coming to make you do it. If you're not doing it for yourself and prioritizing that, like no one else will. And when I get in a good routine, I keep it going. But if I fall off one day, I fell off for a whole week.
you're gone. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And I'll get back on it. And I'm also getting better at that. But if you have any notions of how you make sure that happens, how you say no to things to make it happen, how you incorporate, I don't know, just what runs through your mind when you want to do something, or is it just that simple, like I'm gonna do it because I said so?
Partially I'm gonna do it because I said so, and also I feel like there's a couple things. One, I feel like an old version of myself, if I like, let's say I went to the gym on Monday and Tuesday, and then Wednesday I was busy and didn't get the chance to. I feel like my past self would maybe be like, well, damn, now I'd messed up the routine for the week, so I might as well wait until next Monday to start back up.
Yeah,
And now I kind of think like anything is better than nothing.
yeah,
So if I don't have time to do an hour and a half in the gym, I'll just go downstairs and walk on the treadmill for 30 minutes. And if that's all I get to do, that's all I get to
yeah,
do. And I try not to be like hard on myself in the sense where it's like, ugh, I didn't get to go. Like there's a balance. I
yeah,
feel like yes, you have to make yourself do it, and if you don't stick to it, then it's not going to work. But at the same time, you have to like have a little bit of grace and know that like life
yeah,
happens, and like it's okay to not be 100% perfect, because nobody is. I mean, all these fitness influencer girlies who are posting that they're at the gym 7
Sure.
days a week, 24 hours a day, like, they're really not.
No.
But I think lately most of the like motivation comes from, I just don't want to like look in the mirror and not like what I see.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that works for anybody, for other people. And it's that, and it's also like I am trying to make this a like permanent
Mm-hmm.
addition to my routine, and not just oh, I need to get shredded by summer and then stop.
For
Because
sure.
I feel like when people do that, it doesn't work either, because then you lose weight, or you get shredded or toned or whatever you're trying to do by summer, and you go hard in the gym for 2 months and you eat nothing for 2 months, and then woohoo, yeah, you got your body. And then now that you're there, then you start falling off and not going to the gym again and not eating good again, and then you just lose all the progress. So I feel like I'm trying
Mm-hmm.
to do it in small steps, and not like force myself to go to the gym 2.5 hours every single day and only eat salad and chicken every single day. Like, I still
Yeah.
allow myself to kind of do it in stages, so where it's not like all or nothing,
Yeah, that's helpful.
while still trying to like make better decisions throughout the day. Because I mean, saying that you're gonna skip one day and, oh, it's just one day, it'll be fine, or saying that you're gonna, oh, I'm gonna eat this whole sleeve of Oreos just this one day, it'll be fine. Well, when you say that one day every week, and then it's however 52 days a year, then it's like,
Yeah.
is that really or whatever
52
it
weeks.
is.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But I don't know if that helped at all. I feel like
No, that's good.
I just have to force myself to do it, honestly, because if
Yeah.
like, when I get home from work, if I sit down and start scrolling,
I'm
I ain't
done.
moving. I
Yeah.
ain't moving. I gotta not even sit down, put on my gym
Right.
clothes immediately and
I'm the
go.
same way. I'm the same way.
Or like, even when there's been times where like, and me and Kayla started working out together because we would want to hang out, but then we both were like, oh, but we need to go to the gym first, or do that first, or do this first, and then we'd be like, why don't we just do it together? Or like,
Yeah.
we've gone on walks together. It doesn't even have to be a whole workout, but
Sure.
just like maybe trying to find small things, like going for a walk, or
Yeah.
going for, I don't know, something. But yeah, I feel like it's easy to fall off and then get discouraged, but I feel like you just have to keep pushing, and
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, just be determined to do it for yourself, because like you said, nobody else is going to do it for you. And I also don't want to be like 40 years old and have like all these like knee,
Yeah.
back, and leg problems because I wasn't active. So part of me like
Yeah.
is trying to establish that now, so that in the future I'm like in better shape as I age. Because I mean, even the person who's the most fit in the world, when your body ages, of course things start to happen, so you can't avoid that fully. But yeah, I don't know, I just kind of tell myself like,
Yeah.
who else is going to do this? And
No one.
you're not going to, all these things you're complaining about aren't going to change if you keep doing the same thing, which is
Yeah.
nothing, which
For
was
sure.
nothing, I guess. So
True.
I don't know how
True.
helpful that was, but yeah, that's
Well, I appreciate it, bestie.
what I'd say about that. And on that note,
That's
I
that
think
on that.
this
Just like
episode,
we started. Like and subscribe, because this was just meh. Like, it
this
was meh.
honestly was meh. If you didn't watch, I don't blame you, but if you did, comment a penguin.
We thank you. And really, my bone to pick is not with us. I think we did the best with what we had.
Mm-hmm.
It was more with the last. How you gonna end on that, New York Times? Come on,
Yeah, that's
get it
crazy.
together.
That's crazy.
We should do. It'd be really funny if we made our own set of 12 questions that weren't in this, and be like, "This is what
This is what you should have
was missing."
asked. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be fun. I'd love to do more questions in general,
Yeah.
like quizzes like this. But anyway,
Mm-hmm.
if you like this, let us know. Leave a comment down below, or let us know what you'd like to hear us talk about. You know, we haven't asked for feedback in a while. It's time for you to let the
True.
people know what we want. Or you tell us what you want. I don't know. Well, you know what I get. Like and subscribe. This was good. The Girls That Get It podcast. She's a Transilia. I'm Kenna Casso, and that's that on that. See you next time. Bye.
Bye.